Hello and welcome back to another episode of this retro series when we're looking back at classic football management games done in the late 80s, sometimes even before then, and the early 90s. This is actually going to be a pretty early game compared to our most recent ones. This one is European Trophy, the first game of the European Trophy, because the company actually made two, and so we're going to look at European Trophy 2 in the next episode. But first, we go back to the original European Trophy. This was done in 1985 by EJ and Software. Creators Alan Clayton and R.W. Clayton, possibly brothers, maybe. We do not know. This was published on the ZX Spectrum. It was a football game for £5.25, so I would say it's mid-range price-wise for a game. And you can see the screenshot there to the right. It looks pretty basic. I did go into the game briefly. I do that for all these games. I go into them briefly to make sure they're working and I can get the keys working and stuff like that. And this took a while to load up actually, even on fast speeds on my Eliminator. So we'll go into it very soon, but there's no reviews to this game. I did try to look, and there was actually not much at all about this game. So you can see there they made two games in the this series, European Trophy and then European 2. We will see European 2 in the next part, which was released in 1986. So here's the various screenshots. There's the inlay there. You can see that's pretty basic, but again, this is mid 1980s, and we're going to have a look. So this is all to do with European football. So again, we've gone down the European football route and see what's actually this game actually involves. So we'll load it up now. So just load up my software. There's European Trophy there. There you go. There's Please Wait. Now, this took a while to load up, so it's on 8 times speed already. So this is always a trial and error sometimes when games load up. Sometimes they take ages to load up. Sometimes they don't take a long at all. Now, remember, this is 10 times the speed and it's still loading up. And sometimes when I try these games, it doesn't actually load up correctly, not all the time. So I'm just hoping that this will load up. There it goes. It goes into green. It's done that before, but last time I pressed, there we go. It goes in. So we'll go back to the speed into normal. So we add my name. Oops. Of course, I keep thinking this is a normal keyboard, but it's not because this is thinking it's a Spectrum. So put donut. Do you have a printer connected? No. It's nice to hear some sound actually, even it's very basic. So I'm just pressing N and it's taking its while to recognize the N key. Okay, a few minutes later, I managed to get it working, and by switching the model of the Spectrum to a Spectrum Plus, to a Spectrum 16K, would you believe it? Because I noticed it looks like the game was written in ZX80 code, and it took me a lot of fine tuning to get this working. So we're finally in. So let's just hope it carries on working now. So very clumsy start at the moment. Manager me, I just call myself me in this case because I didn't even realize this was going to work or not. So we've got 5 options: change player team name, list fixtures, print squad details, which means nothing, and prepare play next fixture, and then save game, which again means nothing. So let's do option 1 because we haven't got a team name yet. So I'm guessing we're team number 1. So let's put number 1 in. Enter new team name. Obviously, it's going to be Oxford. There we go. M to return to the main menu. Let's see the player names. So standard 1980s England player names. These are the England players who are going to go to the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, I think, looking at those names. So we don't really want to put anyone in. It's given us number 16, and I'm going to put Donut in there. It's number 16. Nope, doesn't let us. Okay, so it looks like we only got 16 player names. Return to team player menu. Yep. Prepare. So it's good. It's got some sound, which is nice to hear. So here we go. So it's basic European league with some strange team names in there. Like this is no Liverpool. Um, yeah, there's not many English names in this actually at all. Thinking about it. Was this 1985, 96? This was before the English clubs got banned in Europe for a couple of years. So I'm surprised there's no English names actually in here as standard. So Oxford, oh, I didn't even see what we're doing there. So Oxford are playing, we're playing, oh, there we go. Some match reports shows improvability for Shilton and goal. Even though, as you can see, the player ratings here, that Shilton's actually not, he's only as a defender. So this is the final team. Do you want this to be the final team? Let's have a quick look. I would like to replace Wilkins if I can. Press final team. No, it's not liking the Y and N key, is it? So I have to say yes. Yeah, I had to press the Y key about 3-4 times there. So Oxford against Athens, AEK Athens. As you notice, none of the AEK names are coming up, not even standard names. Definitely won't be any Greek names coming up. That's it. They just show it like that. Okay. But again, we've got some sound. Defense is good. Midfield would beat them. Attack is about the same. We're in better form than Athens, but we haven't even played a game yet. So we're just waiting to see what happens now. Again, what speed are we on at the moment? Normal speed. I'm going to turn it up to 4 times speed because again, this game is very slow at responding to keyboards. So we're spinning it up a bit. So there we go. Kick off against Athens. 5 and 2, I guess, is the position they are on a table alphabetical order at the moment. So let's see what happens in this. Penalty to Oxford. So already we've got a penalty. I'm going to actually slow down the speed to hear what it's doing. Okay, it's the same. It's good to hear some sound anyway. I like it. There's already got a mini bonus here that we've actually got some sound. Like many of the Football Manager games that we've seen in the past have been very quiet. At least this one, I know the sound's not amazing at all, but at least it's been beeping a bit. So Hoddle scored the penalty for England, I'll say for England because this is for Oxford, but we're going to see if the game is carrying on because I don't see a minute counter. Okay, so it doesn't do a minute counter. Do you wish to use your sub after 22 minutes? No. Right, let's speed the game up a bit to 4 times fast. That's a bit annoying. It doesn't actually show the counter, how many minutes have gone past. You have to literally just guess. And that's the first time I've seen that. There you go. It just goes little flashbacks like that. Score after 38 minutes. Do you wish to use a sub? Already I'm finding that a little bit annoying that it's asking us to put a sub on after just 22 minutes and then 38 minutes and now 45 minutes and we're 2-0 up. How did we score the second goal? We must have scored the goal right at the end there. And there's the half-time scores. Do you wish to use your sub? No. Let's go back to normal speed again. And just patiently guess what minute we're at in the game. Because that's, I think, what you have to do at the moment. So, again, I guess one of the big bonuses of this game is that we've actually got a little bit of sound. We've got some player names. For 1985, this looks pretty basic, though. Oh, Butcher injured, retires hurt. So we have to put a sub on this time. Press enter to continue. Yeah, there we go. If you look at the Butcher, there's an R, that means retired. And right is the one that should come on. Player to come on. Player number 6, I'm thinking. Is it letting player number 6? Yeah, I think it did. And then it revalues the stats. there is use of color, which is decent. Um, it has some good advantages and then some disadvantages here. Um, one of the advantages, obviously, there is some sort of sound, even though it's not amazing. A couple of disadvantages, I would say, it doesn't show the opposition player names at all, or when they score a goal, you won't know. I think it just comes up with player 8 or player 9. Um, strange that it's not showing the minutes of the football game. I think this is the first time in a football game that we've looked in the series, and well into the 30s of the episodes we're doing that. This is the first time I've actually seen no minutes on the screen, so it is literally a guessing game. Also find it odd that, wait a minute, we're 3-0 up now, but it hasn't come up with the goal scorer. There it is, Waddle. Hoddle, Robson, and Waddle are Oxford scorers. It's nice to see the goal scorers, but it doesn't show the minutes of the goals because that 9-8-12 is actually their player number. So that is a bit odd, but it's also being used, substitutes being used in this game. So in some cases, this game is quite, it feels like a 1985 game, but then in a lot of cases, this feels very basic, if that makes any sense. Like, again, the opposition, who, there you go, the opposition have scored a goal. We don't know what minute the goal was scored, but you can see player 9 at Athens scored the goal, and that's it. So, and then Oxford score again, 4 goals, and again, we don't know what minute that was, and we will find out who scored in a minute, and it was Robson again. So score after 90 minutes, so the game's going to end now. Oh, there goes the final whistle, if you can call it our final whistle. And there we go, there's the scores. So I don't know why it says 0-0, then 0-0 again, then 0-0, and then 0-2 again. It's just repeating the scores, which is a little bit odd. But we did beat Athens 4-1. So is this in a table format or is this in a knockout format? We won't know. Now, change player team name again, so you can change your team name all the time. List fixtures. So let's list the fixtures this time. So it shows you the next game. So we're away to, oh, I think it's a knockout because we are away to Athens in the next game. Ah, that makes sense now. Prepare pre-match report. Samson shows improvability. There's the players. Is Butcher's not injured anymore? Okay. So the final team. Is my N key going to work this time? 3, 4. It's not liking it, is it? Every time I press N, it's doing that. So I can't change players. Oh, there we go. 5th time it did work. That is annoying. So let's change that to that. And enter, pick a player, P. Squad number to play, number 5. So Butcher should be back in the side. Okay, I need to take Wilkins' final team. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is how many times I'm pressing the N key. 8, 9, 10. 15 times that took me to make the N key work. 15 times. I'm sure it doesn't take that many if you actually had a Spectrum. And we're going to pick number 10. This will be the final game because there's very limited things you do in this. I think it's a knockout tournament then. Right. It's just the final time. Yes, it is. Oh god, even the Y key is not responding. Sorry for this beep, beep, beep. I'm losing count how many times I'm pressing Y here. There we go. Finally, they accepted it. Right, let's speed the thing up a bit here. because already I'm not really liking this game. It's you have to be very patient. It's just not working very well. So I'm speeding this game up a bit. So let's just see what happens after this game finishes. Kick off. At least that works. 3 and 6. Okay, so it's not a aggregate because you would have had 4 and 1 up there. Do you wish to use this up? No. So we're going through the game very fast, but there's no league. Oh, penalty to Athens this time. Yep, they score. This game's going to go quite quickly, actually. So we'll see what happens after this. If it does show a league table, or this would be very strange if this is the knockout. If this is not a knockout, and it's actually a league tournament, but there's no league table. Because so how do you know where you are? Only that little number at the top, like 6. Again, what does the 6 mean now? We can't be 6th place after beating AFK Athens 4-1. If it was a league table format, I think we would be top. This game's nearly finished. Hoddle and Waddle again. After 78 minutes, I'm not putting any subs on. Again, Waddle scored again. So Waddle's scoring quite a few goals. Injury time. Okay, that's new. 94 minutes. There we go. First time we've seen kind of like injury time. So oh, look at this. It is a knockout because the away goals was used there for Hajduk Split. So we won 8-2 in aggregate. So let's see what's the next fixture. List fixtures. So it is a knockout tournament. Okay. So that's it then. I'm not going to carry on with this because if it takes 15 times for the keyboard to respond in this game, then yeah, it's not brilliant, is it? So the good things about this is there's a little bit of sound, which is always nice to see. There's players' names, even though you only get 15 players and that's it. You can change all the players' names though. You can straight away you can change your team name. So every game you can be a different team name if you want it to be. Disadvantages. It's very unresponsive, but that could be just because it's the PC and the Spectrum trying to talk to each other. The opposition squad has got no player names in them, but you can change the team names of the opposition squad, so you can make it totally a British super tournament or something if you wanted to. So yeah, it's okay, but it'd be interesting to see what the second game and this European 2, as it's called, would be like. But there we go. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like these episodes. If you do, please comment and even subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll go for another episode of a classic retro football game and see what the next one's going to be like. But for the time being, this is Donut Danny saying goodbye. Bye bye.